Let's create a custom calendar for any occasion that you can create for any language and so many other variations. So the script is called custom calendar, and once you start the script, you can choose the option of either having square boxes or horizontal or vertical. So let's just try with a basic square box. This is the size of the box, but the inside is really up to you. At this point, the script will stop and prompt you to design whatever you want in the box. You can choose to fill your box, or you can have a shape. So I can use, for example, my rectangle tool set to a square, and maybe I want to have a rounded square. I'll fill it with yellow, no outline, and I will draw my shape. So this will be the shape of all the boxes in the calendar. So let's keep going. Next step, run the script again. And it will create a perpetual calendar. So it will allow you to choose whenever you want to start the month, whether it's on a Monday or a Sunday or Friday, whatever. So once it has put all those boxes, it will stop and prompt you to choose the font that you want for all the text. So let's choose the font called Lemon. I run the script again to continue. And I'll choose the color now. So it could be a color, could be a pattern, it could be a gradient. It's really up to you. I'm just going to make it black so it will stand out. And now you can see it will add the dates on this perpetual calendar. And again, it will pause. And this is where you can decide whether the first of the month will be on the first column or not. So this whole pink area is going to be the selection. So it will depend if you start your month on a Sunday or a Monday or any other day. Once I have moved the selection to fit the first of the month on the day I want it to start, I'll run the script again. It will now copy that area and add the space for the days of the week. So you have the choice to either use the initials, only part of the names, or the whole names. I'll just use the initials. Here are the default ones, but if you want to start on a Monday instead of a Sunday, or you want to have the initials in a different language, you can type them. I'm just going to use the default. And now everything is there. You can see that all the layers are still unmerged, but they are grouped. So if I need to do some tweaking, I can use my pick tool, for example. Maybe I want to have the initials lower, or maybe I want them centered. I can do that. For the dates, I can do the same thing. Maybe I want them on the bottom of the boxes instead of the top. In addition, I can remove all the areas that are unused. So I can use my selection tool. And if I want to remove those 3 boxes that are unused, and these 2, and the whole bottom row, I can select them all, hit the delete key, and deselect. If I happen to have a month that is shorter, that has only 30 days, I can do the same thing for the 31st day. I can select it, delete the box, and delete the date. And I deselect. If I want to be fancy and I want to change the color of one of the dates, or maybe a whole column, maybe I want to change the color of Sundays, I can make a selection for that first column. In the layers palette, I will lock the transparency on the layer for the dates. I'll choose a different color, and with the fill tool, I just click inside that selection and you can see all the dates are changed color. I will unlock the transparency and deselect with Control D, and now I have my calendar. Since everything is grouped, you can highlight the top, and using the pick tool, you can size down the whole calendar if you want, and then you can also copy the whole group onto your project. Now let's say that you want to have another month. Maybe you want to have the following month that will start on the second to last column. The trick will be you close the top one, you go back to this large image, and now you will undo the last step that was applied to this particular image. So you undo this way, and you see that selection is back for you to move. So we want to have now the first of the month to be the second to last on the column. So I'll just move it here and run the script again, and it will create another calendar with the dates in the right place. And I'll just use the same initials, the same default. Again, it will group all the layers for me. And I can repeat the tweaking, so I will align the days in the center, and for the dates, I'll move them toward the bottom. And again, if I want to remove the extra boxes, I can do that. If I want to change the color for all the dates on the first column, which is a Sunday, I can do that, and I can get all my months in that way, so everything will be consistent. Now, what are you going to use this custom calendar for? It's your turn. Have fun.